Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Cassie here and thank you so much for clicking on another video. So in today's video, I want to talk about hustle culture. Today we are talking about hustle culture, and so if that's something that you're unfamiliar with, it is what we as a society are calling striving really truly for the best, but not only striving for the best, constantly being on the go, constantly getting at the next thing, constantly really working towards certain goals. It's a very interesting topic, and so I hope that you guys enjoy, and we are just gonna jump right in. Hustle culture is all about pushing as hard as you can to get to the top and to have essentially all of these materialistic things. And I think that that's the thing that about the whole idea of hustle culture that isn't highlighted enough. So when we talk about hustle culture, especially for the young people, they're more like, oh, I just want to be motivated. I just want to have generational wealth. I just want to set up my family. I just want to have this. Like, it's not about the material things. However, when you really dive into it, the things that these people are desiring for, that they are working towards, are all materialistic things. And now, don't get me wrong, because I I don't consider myself to be a material girl, but I'm a material girl, just a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has different variations of how they feel when it comes to that. Okay, I am not against the materials at all. Okay, I understand why people are into it. I understand why some people are not. Hustle culture is almost enveloped into materialistic culture. It's like we want to work really hard at a young age and push ourselves and do whatever we need to do at this point in order to get over this hump so that I can have all these shoes, get this car, get this house, get this, right? It's always about getting the next thing. It's always about chasing the next thing. And then when you get that thing, when you reach that level, you have a whole new set, a whole new variety of things that you now desire to want, that you desire to have, that you desire to accomplish. So when it comes to the idea of hustle culture, what the discussion that I feel like we really need to have is, what will be enough? At what point do you sit back and look at all of the things that you've been able to accomplish and decide that you are satisfied with where you are, with what you have, with what you've learned, with the people that you've been able to make relationships with? At what point in this hustle do you feel that you've obtained exactly what it is that you want, right? Because the biggest thing with hustle culture is that we're grinding because we want more. Okay, we're grinding because where we're at is cute, it's comfy, it's cozy, but we want more than this. And so at what point in this journey is it enough? Is it when you get married? Is it when you've got 10 cars? Is it when you've got 10 properties? Is it when you've had children? Is it when your company hits $1 million in revenue? At what point is it enough that you don't feel like you have to keep hustling? Now, I know, as a person who literally grew up in Brooklyn, that hustle, like the idea of hustling, you never stop hustling. You never stop grinding. You never stop doing whatever it is that you need to do to get where it is that you're trying to go. But the very idea of hustling as a lifestyle doesn't truly allow you to enjoy the things that are going on in front of you. It doesn't truly allow you to soak up and bask in your accomplishments. Even in the past year, you have done a lot to get to where you are now. You have worked so hard and you have overcome a lot of things to get where you are. And I'm not saying that because you've worked so hard in the last year, just take a break and just take a break and forget about whatever else because you're good enough where you are. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, in between the hustling and the getting things done, in between the working really hard and opening up the business and doing 12-hour days and sleeping 3 hours and having a paper to do and a job to get to, you run from one job to the next job. In between all of that chaos and mayhem that is necessary for you to take care of you, you have to find time to stop, to reflect on everything that you've been to, that you've been through. You need to take time to reflect on how you feel about the progress that you've made, because sometimes this is what reflecting looks like. You're like, okay, last year I made 60K, and this year so far it looks like I'm on track to make 85, and that's cool, but I was really hoping that it was going to be 100K a year, and then that's it, and then that's done, and you're on to figuring out, hey, how do I get from 85 to 100, because that's what I'm wanting, that is what I desire, and that's it, and that's all, instead of reflecting on, hey, these are the moves that I made that made it possible for me to do this. These are the moves that I need to make in order for it to be possible for me to do this. But more than anything, I need to make sure that I take care of me. I need to make sure that my health is good, that everything is on track with me. The other day, I was talking to somebody who I love and care about, and I was just encouraging them because they were going through a difficult time, that you need to take care of you, okay, baby? If you don't take care of you, every other thing that you have to get done in your life is going to be more difficult because you aren't taking care of the person who's in charge of getting the things done. And it might sound like such a simple thing, because in a way it really is, but we overcomplicate everything. And so, if there's anything that you get from this, hustle. There's nothing wrong with hustling. There's nothing wrong with being a hustler. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. But you should take time to figure out, what is it that you really want, and why is it that you want these things, right? Because sometimes when we take a step back and we look at the things that we've said that we wanted, we realize the only reason we want it is because social media and the world and the public say it's cool, it's nice, it's the way to go, But in reality, that might not be the case. That might not really be what it is that you wanted. That really might not be that. But you haven't taken any time to consider you. You've only taken time to consider, hey, this is the kind of money that I want to make, and so I will do whatever I have to do in the meantime to get to that place, because that's what I want. Except what you don't realize in a lot of cases is you don't necessarily want to make 100K or whatever it is. That's not what you want. What you do want is freedom. What you do want is the ability to go on vacation, to travel, to try nice food, to meet new people. But in your mind, you're telling yourself, I'll only be able to do that. I'll only be able to reach that, threshold if I make this amount of money. But you, in a way, are setting limitations on yourself. Because you might be able right now, with whatever money it is that you're making and whatever schedule you have, you might right now be able to travel, to go on vacation and to do these things if you would change up some of your lifestyle now. Now that's a big thing, and that's a topic for another day. But we don't really realize all the time how our lifestyle keeps us in hustle culture, because we're not really reflecting on the correct things. We're not really reflecting on the things that will help us to get over that hump. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are somebody who is a part of hustle culture like the rest of us folks, to take time to reflect on why you want the things that you want, to reflect on what it is that it's going to do for you, what you'll be able to do, and then figure out, hey, this thing that I really desire, that I feel like I have to break my back for, is there another way for me to get over that hump? Is there another way for me to accomplish this thing? So I just want to encourage you, love, if you are like me, if you are anything like me, if you can relate to what it is that I am saying, that you deserve some grace. You must give yourself some grace. Remind yourself of the things that you have been able to do, and remind yourself that even when you don't accomplish some of the things that you do set out to accomplish, that doesn't take away from your worth at all. In fact, it provides you with an opportunity to figure out another way to get that thing done. And so I hope that you are feeling encouraged, and I hope that you can take this and that you can share it with somebody who you know is just grinding. It is time to really reflect, okay? And in this reflection, don't be like me, love, okay? Do not beat yourself up and spend hours and just not being kind to yourself. Don't do that. Reflect in a way that is positive. Think about all of the things that you've been able to do with what you have, with the situation and the circumstances that you're in. I have moved to an entire different place. I am 15 hours away from where I lived my whole life, you know? And there has just been so many things that I feel like I've had to kind of adjust to being in a new place. And I am so grateful that that's even the case. And I found myself being, stressed and a little overwhelmed, reflecting on things. And then one day I had to sit down with my husband and I was like, hun, we prayed for this. Like, we have wanted to relocate and get a house and do all of these things. This has been something that we've wanted to do for such a long time. And the fact that we are here and we are literally living out something that we prayed for, I can't put any words on what that means to me. And instead of me really focusing in on that, I am here being hard on myself, like, hey, okay, well, yeah, you did that, which is what you said you were going to do. You already said that you were going to do this. And great, okay, you've done it. Now what's next? Because these are some of the other things that you said that you were going to get done. And what's up? And that's not a good place to be. That's not how you maintain happiness. That's not how you grow in love and positivity, by being that way with yourself. And so I just want to encourage you, as from somebody who constantly beats themselves up, to being able to sit back and say, hey, right now I am living out a answered prayer. I am sitting in and basking in something that I dreamt of. I am here. I am grateful. Like, I am blessed. Instead of, well, when are you gonna, when, right? We do so much of that to ourselves. And now is the time to stop. It is about to be 2023. 2022, we blinked. It feels like it's been 3 months and it's already going to be 2023. But I want to encourage you always to give yourself some grace, to reflect on how you really feel about things, and to be kind to yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much once again for tuning in to today's video. If you liked it, please share it with a friend, like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Lonely inside, good living.